And
Let's see how
you're on.
Hold on 1 second. I just asked Melissa a question.
Yeah, I think we should be good, but if we go light or if we lose somebody, I would be ready just in case.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I
think we
would
will go
ask you
light.
over the nude celeb photos.
Okay, yeah, the leaked photos, I'll be good on that one.
Okay. And we have a 2:30 for you in tech. And so what are some of the basic tips for using YouTube? What are some of the benefits for your personal use? How can businesses benefit? And then your info, including the password to your cloud account.
Oh, two-step like using Google two-step is probably the best step for that. No one can hack it.
No. Yeah, you shouldn't assume even that, right?
Yeah,
It depends on it's the general mechanism. It's worthwhile, right? When it's cloud, everyone is up there. So once you attack that and crack that, it's bingo. I think in this case they were using the reset password, potentially using the reset password mechanism and kind of going through the back door. So hey, you have two-step, but hey, they reset it, right? So yeah. And they didn't implement it right. Like if you try too many times, it should lock you out or force you to wait longer.
Yeah.
So they can try thousands of attempts.
Hey, what?
How Apple was set up, though, Kempton. It was set up to help those that were not very techy.
One more thing, guys. Can y'all remember to mute during the segment, please?
Of course.
Thanks.
Just for you.
Oh, we have new faces. I hadn't even noticed. Sorry about that. Hey.
Welcome, everyone, into the News 4 Forum. This show we don't just watch, we're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral videos, and the next generation of a letter to the editor. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are starting off today with some breaking news this morning. You may have just seen that special report out of Iraq. The ISIS militant group has released a video that appears to show the beheading of American journalist Steven Sotloff. On the video, Sotloff is shown speaking to the camera before he's killed, saying he is, quote, paying the price for U.S. intervention. Sotloff appeared last month in an ISIS video showing the decapitation of another American journalist, that being James Foley. The militant in the video warned that Sotloff's fate depended on what President Barack Obama did next in Iraq. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what is trending now online. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is world's first burner hotel thriving in Reno. The Morris Burner Hotel on the corner of 4th and Record Street opened last year and has grown into a private club, event, and cultural center. Its business is based on the 10 Burning Man principles. Visitors are welcome to participate in events and art projects in Reno. All right, on CNN.com, the most read story this morning is 32 teen boys escaped from Tennessee Detention Center. According to CNN, they escaped from Woodland Hills Development Center in Nashville last night. As of this morning, 15 of them had either turned themselves in or were caught in a nearby area. Authorities say that they got out of their dorms and slipped underneath a fence. It's unknown if the escape was planned. On FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is Joan Rivers on the road to recovery or on life support. According to FoxNews.com, it's been 5 days since Rivers was rushed to the hospital after she stopped breathing during a minor procedure. But celebrity gossip site TMZ's most recent story reports that Rivers is on life support and, quote, completely reliant on machines to stay alive. Trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag iCloud. Apple says it has fixed the software error that allowed hackers access to nude photos of celebrities posted in their personal iCloud accounts. In a statement, Apple says it takes user privacy, quote, very seriously. The FBI is also investigating the incident. Now on to our viewer voice segment, where we ask you, the viewer, to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find those topics on our Facebook page about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we would love to have you live on air with us. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account and circle me, Melissa Carlson, and let me know that you're interested. All right, well, Apple may have fixed the software error, but it is a little too late for the victims of the latest widespread online nude photo hack. Jennifer Lawrence and Kate Upton are just two of many female celebrities to get caught up in this latest nude photo scandal. Lawrence's publicist slammed the post, saying that the photos were a, quote, flagrant violation of privacy, and said anyone who posts the stolen photos are going to be prosecuted. And Upton's attorney called it, quote, outrageous violation of her privacy and pledged to go after anyone posting the pictures illegally. You remember, of course, back in 2012, a man was sentenced to 10 years in prison for hacking into accounts of Scarlett Johansson and Mila Kunis after posting their private pictures online. So now we are asking our Google Plus panel their thoughts. Is legal action really necessary, or take the pictures that you put up for yourself and you know you're going to be potentially hacked? That's just the way it goes. It's a digital world, so anything is out there for anyone. You think it's private, but there's always that possibility. And then whose responsibility is it once it happens? So starting off first with Matt out of Reno. Matt, your thoughts on this one. Who should be held responsible? Listen, celebrities, you should have known better, or hackers, you know, it's your fault. Obviously, you went in and stole it, but it was out there to get. There was a problem with the iCloud. What do you think?
I think that these actresses are absolutely the victims, 100% the victims. However, in that particular case, they can take steps to prevent themselves from being the victim. And just like walking down the street in a dangerous neighborhood when you have a car, this was something that they did that was dangerous. And so while they are absolutely the victims, I think that in the future this is going to kind of let them know, you know what, there are steps we can take. Let's take those steps.
Kimden, do you think this is one of those you should have known better? You just should have known better. Don't be taking nude photos of yourself and then uploading them to the cloud. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't want to appear blaming the celebrity here, but obviously, if you don't want the picture to be seen, don't post it there. But at the same time, I think we need to reevaluate our idea of putting stuff in the cloud because, hey, that's one high-value target. Once you crack it, everything is vulnerable, and that's what it's shown here in this case, unfortunately.
Antonia, what do we have on Facebook?
Mason says, don't take nudes. It's not rocket science. But Mark says, the belief that these celebs deserve this is wrong. One should be able to do what they want in the privacy of their own home. However, I would suggest keeping the photos like these more secure and off internet storage centers.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. It's been the splash of social media for weeks, but some say that a grandfather must have been out of his mind when he poured freezing cold water on his 10-month-old grandbaby. Tim Wetzel spoke with the child's father and has this report.
By now you've seen it over and over again. The ice bucket challenge is everywhere, but some say this takes it way too far. Video on Facebook shows a grandfather dumping an ice bucket on himself and his 10-month-old granddaughter.
My family was shocked. My friends were shocked. Everybody I know was pretty much shocked and just appalled.
Claude Dalcour is the girl's father. He says he's going through a nasty divorce with her mother, and things got even more nasty after he saw his ex-father-in-law's ice-cold Facebook post.
You don't do that to an infant. The water splashing in her face, a whole giant bucket of water.
We showed the video to strangers.
I mean, that's not okay.
Who all say the child's dad has a right to be mad.
It's not right. I mean, for an older person, you're okay, but not for a baby.
No, never. Definitely not. I mean, just the ice alone. I mean, for people to be able to get that cold, you know, and then for a baby.
In fact, it was another concerned person from out of state who sent the video to Child Protective Services. The agency won't confirm it's investigating, but says it's getting more and more abuse cases through social media.
You know, you don't necessarily have to be there to witness it, not even in the same town, state, or country.
It's a big deal.
The child's father also says he took the video right to police.
This is not his child. It's my child. That's my blood. He's only the granddad. And when I felt he did that, that's disrespectful.
Tim Wetzel, KHOU 11 News.
We're asking your Google Plus group what you think about it. Is it wrong to include that child in that video? A quick pour of cold water, or absolutely should not have been done? Starting off first with Glenn, your thoughts. I mean, everybody's doing it. We did it live on air. It was me, not with the baby, obviously, last Friday. But a lot of people doing this, raising a lot of money for a great cause, that being ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. Your thoughts? Is this going a little bit too far?
This is going a lot too far. Grandpa needs to first off be fired from babysitting, then put into a timeout. There's a good thing that's going on out here, and a lot of awareness is being raised for this cause, but Grandpa, of course, has to be the first person to take it too far.
Let me ask, Michael, I'm going to ask you this out of Australia. I don't know if ALS, is the ALS Ice Challenge a big thing in Australia as well? Are you all doing it at all?
It did become a thing. Like, it was a great prank for everyone to follow, but and I'm not sure how it went, but they went and did the celebrity rounds. It's been around, of course.
I think the interesting part about this package that I wanted to ask you about was this woman from CPS now saying that they're getting a lot more calls out for potential cases because people are finding things on social media and posting it. But they may not be the family member, a neighbor, even in the same town, but they're still posting it to CPS and saying, hey, investigate this. Your thoughts on this case is one thing, but social media in general getting involved with CPS cases, Child Protective Services.
So my thing with that is perhaps that's a private family thing. So if they posted it, I guess it's the same thing as the photos before. Is that they're actually, you know, you push these things out, and you're going to get the rap for it. You know, these are better keeping as the old home movies on the old 35mm camera.
And Matt, real quickly, you disagree?
Oh, absolutely. I think that anything that is put on social media that is put out there for the public is out there for the public. And if it's being reposted to the public and then someone at CPS sees it, well, that's your own fault for putting this information and making it public. That's what a public profile is.
All right, you've got the last word. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Coming up next, YouTube is more than just funny cat videos, although it's pretty good for that. Learn out how you can use it both professionally and personally and have it work for you. Kim Beasley is coming up next.
It was a good forum. Gotta run, gang. See you guys later.
See you, Kempton.
Bye, Kempton.
You missed him.
I just barely got there, huh? Just missed him. All right, everybody, if you can mute. And Kim, this is your block. We're talking about YouTubers. Real quickly, has anybody played the game 2048 yet? Has anybody played 2048?
What is it?
Tell us about it.
It is a game that I am absolutely addicted to. I have been screaming as I've played it for 15 minutes, if that. I needed a little quick mind break here, so I started playing it. It's a game which basically there's a board with all these numbers, and you have to add them, keep adding them up, and connecting the 4s and the 4s and the 2s and the 2s and the 8s and the 8s and the 12s. It's all until it makes 2048. But if you don't do the right two numbers together, your box fills up and you lose. So the key is to keep combining them, kind of like what's that gem drop, but with numbers. And at the end, it has to be 2048, and it is addicting. Don't download it. Don't start it because you won't be able to stop.
Do
I have a problem with 2048.
Do we check you into some place for rehab?
Yes, honestly, I need it. My girlfriend was over at the house this weekend, and she showed it to me, and she traveled up from Folsom to visit, and we both sat there on the couch doing this for hours. My husband's like, you need to get a grip. You came to visit each other, and you're both sitting next to each other on your phone. I'm like, we're playing 2048. Shh. So good. I have a problem. 30 out. Stand by.
You're like a kid.
I am.
You're like my son when he sits and plays all the shoot-up games.
I am. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't do it all the time. I don't do it all the time. First sign of a problem is denial, right? And welcome back, everybody. Well, YouTube has gained worldwide notoriety as being the big name in video sharing, but are you using it professionally as well? And can you? How to explain to do exactly that? Well, we've got social media coach Kim Beasley, who happens to know a thing or two about YouTube. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Let's you know, so many people use YouTube, right? You see it all the time, postings from YouTube on Facebook, social media in general, because it's where all the video is living for everyone, it seems, nowadays. What are some of the basic tips for using YouTube for people who haven't really used it before?
Well, you know, I get asked the question, why should I use YouTube? Because I'm into social media. And my answer is it gives you visibility. It lets you connect with the right people. So the first thing I tell them, determine who you want to connect with on YouTube. Determine the audience. And then if you really want to get active on YouTube, create a channel and make sure that you engage with other people by sharing your comments on their videos.
And what are some of the benefits for using YouTube for personal use, if you will, for creating that channel just for yourself?
Well, if you want to use it personally, you can use it to share videos that you create. Let's say you want to get into film. You can create film, little shorts that you can put on your channel. It can be used as educational tool for people to teach others about something they're passionate about. Like knitting, yes, and it can be used for entertainment. Okay, cat videos is not entertainment.
That's right. That's right. And it's a great place too for your girlfriends or yourself, or you just friends in general. If you're sharing like recipes or ideas, shoot a quick video, put it up there, say, hey, I've got a great new recipe. Check it out. Here's how I did it. And it's just you, and you can share it amongst a group of people of your subscribers, right? And also, a lot of businesses are starting to use YouTube as well.
Oh, most definitely. It's a really great way for businesses to jump into video marketing, which is a great way to connect with your target market. So it's great for business marketing. It's great for businesses to have their own channel. And when you create your own channel, make sure you connect it to Google+. That's a whole nother story. And then it's also great for search engine rankings because YouTube videos have a tendency to come up close to the very top of search engine rankings for keywords when people search for them.
And also connected to Google+, which you mentioned, so that's a great way to get people to come in and take a look at your channel as well, which helps out. There's also ways to make money there as well. All right, Kim, if people would like to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
KimBeasley.com.
All right, Kim, thanks a lot of good info there. Appreciate it. And now we go to Tim with a quick look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have a lot of sunshine out there today with high pressure in place, but a low that's approaching from the north means some wind later today. How strong the winds will be coming up with that full forecast.
No cats? What?
Cat videos is not entertainment.
Yeah, what?
Best ones are I'm going to have to disagree with you, Kim. I don't disagree with you.
Oh, man.
I could not resist getting that in there because I knew it would get a reaction.
The best ones are the cats that try to jump and fail. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I love the one of the cats that run around the like there's a big round cushion and the cats like run around it. They're on the floor, but they're running around on it. Do you guys know what? They're like dragging themselves with their claws. I saw it last night. I literally thought my son was going, he couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard at this video. We were watching America's Funniest Home Videos because it's one of our favorite shows. And literally he was screaming, laughing. It was so funny. I got to find that video and post it.
I put on my daily weirdness page one time. There's a cat sitting outside by a barn on a log. There's an axe in the log, and a cat has his paw on a mouse. And it says, outdoor cat. Indoor cat was a cat with a string in its mouth, chasing the other side of the back end of the string around and around the table, and not being able to figure out why he can't catch the back end of the string. Indoor cat, outdoor
Indoor cat, outdoor cat. You know that almost every time I post a cat video on my page, it just goes off the charts with people going crazy for it. That and goat videos seem to drive everybody crazy because I get the most like death threats on my goat videos.
We did one here. Someone brought in some kittens. These walls are carpeted for sound, so I took the kittens and I just stuck them to the wall and let go.
Did people threaten your life?
No, they're just hanging there. They're just Velcro cats.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome back, everybody. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us now with a look at our forecast for today. What are
Not-
you giggling at?
Something you said during the break that I
Well,
won't
here's the
repeat.
deal. His chair is
It
so low that I literally have to lower. This
We
is
can't get
this
these
is how I
things-
feel like I should be sitting.
We can't get
That-
these things right. We
so
just
I
can't figure it
I'm
out.
gonna do the newscast
Okay.
right down here.
Okay,
No,
well, I'll
we finally
sit up
got
here.
it. We got it figured out here, but I just wanted you to adjust too.
Yeah.
So what we are not going to need to be adjusting to is the temperatures for today because
That's
they're
right.
gorgeous.
It's going to be a warm one out there. It's going to be beautiful. We will have a little bit of wind this afternoon, though. But hey, speaking of beautiful, check out this sunset caught on camera. Stephanie sent it in. It's on our Facebook page, and it's our cover photo. So go like the picture. Let Stephanie know that you appreciate her work, and also like us while you're there for all your latest headlines and weather. Sunny skies for your Tuesday. A back-to-work Tuesday for a lot of people today, too. We did have that holiday weekend. Breezy afternoon on tap for us today, and we do have a quiet 7-day forecast. Now, the breezes will be picking up today, but really that's the busiest day on that 7-day. Everything else looks pretty good. 80 degrees for the current temperature out there right now. We have calm winds. We have 20% humidity and a lot of sunshine. We're looking at 81 in Carson City, 83 in Yerington, 84 in Fernley, and up to 75 now in Truckee. So a beautiful day in progress out there. High pressure's in place, lots of clear skies, but we do have a low that's going to approach from the north. You'll see that here on Futurecast. As that low gets closer, it'll start to pick the winds up. So we'll see winds about 10 to 15, gusting to 30 out of the west later on today. That's for much of western Nevada and also even into the Sierra, although I think the gusts are going to be a little less frequent, especially around Lake Tahoe where you're protected a little bit there. So we'll see those winds this afternoon, but really that's basically it. The rest of the forecast is looking great. 80 in Glenbrook for the high today, 78 in Tahoma, 85 in Truckee. Definitely above average temperatures, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds on the lake. For western Nevada, 10 to 15, gusting to around 30 out of the west, and temperatures into the upper 80s to the lower 90s. So it is definitely going to be a warm one out there. Plenty of sunshine, though. Not too much in the way of clouds out there today with that high pressure well entrenched in the area. 89 for Elko for the high, 86 for West Wendover, 91 for Eureka. So we do definitely have some very warm temperatures there. 96 in Hawthorne, 88 in Round Mountain, and 95 in Fallon. Feeling a little bit more like August as opposed to the fact that we are now into early September. 93 in Herlong, 87 in Portola, and 93 in Nixon. Truckee Meadows will top out at 94 in Reno today. That is a good 7 or so degrees above the average. We should typically on an average day in early September be in the mid to upper 80s. That's where we'll be by tomorrow. Those breezes today, that's ushering in a little bit cooler air, and that's where we'll stay too, really close to the averages for this time of year by the time we get to Wednesday and beyond for the rest of that 7-day forecast. Perhaps a few clouds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but really that's about it for the weather worries going through the rest of the 7-day after the breezes let up tonight into tomorrow morning. Back to you, Melissa.
All right, thank you so much, Tim. Coming up next in your tech news, we're going to feature how technology is revolutionizing how students are teaching their tutors. Stay with us. Shorty McShortison. Seriously, if you lower it just, it's just right here at the cusp. If you lower it just a little bit, boom, my arms are up like this. You know what I mean? That's uncomfortable to sit like that. That's why I was with the old chairs. That's why I couldn't sit there. Because I'm like, I can't sit like this is such a weird position to be sitting in. They're down, relaxed, or not.
Hey, Melissa, how is the morning show going?
It's going good. Yeah, it's week 2, and we're starting now to get the groove of it.
Cool. Can't wait to. I haven't tried since last week to check the live stream of it because I've been so crazy busy, but I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're still kind of. Alex is gone, so we usually have 2 reporters, but one of our reporters is out for a couple of days. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, I'll just come back with final look at your weather. Yeah. I should probably write that in there real quick. Oh, you're in there. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so I think it's now week 1 was trying to get out all of those, the glitches that, you're just not sure the flow of it yet. It's like, oh, here, camera, it's different cameras, different shots, totally different from what we're doing. So now, a week out, we're finally starting to feel like.
I watched it a couple of times. I was under the impression they were going to get you guys out of the regular studio setting and maybe into a living room set or something like that.
And welcome back. With back to school season here, a lot of parents and kids are thinking about getting a little bit of extra tutorial help with their classes. They're new to them. And thanks to new technology, that business is really starting to take off. Julie Barston takes a look at high-tech tutoring.
Tutoring is a $7 billion annual business in the U.S. alone, and thanks to new technology virtually connecting students to tutors online, more students can access better customized help 24/7. Revolution Prep, with $15 million a year in online revenue, is growing at 75% a year.
We have a platform that is very similar to a Skype. It's two-way webcam. They have a shared whiteboard. The curriculum is embedded right there into the technologies.
Now, a range of internet and education giants are jumping into tech-enabled tutoring, making acquisitions and investments to bolster the sector that's poised for disruption. This summer, Barry Diller's IAC bought Princeton Review to combine with Tutor.com, which connects students to 3,000 tutors in 40 subjects. Digital textbook company Chegg bought online tutoring center Insta.edu for $30 million. Education publisher Pearson snapped up Tutor Vista, and Graham Holdings is pushing more of Kaplan's test prep tutoring business online. Meanwhile, startups ranging from Wyzant and Varsity Tutors tech platforms for finding in-person tutors to Revolution's online offerings are growing fast by offering the power of a personal connection.
1 to 2 hours per week of private tutoring on top of that can make a dramatic difference of a student being a 3.0 student to a student being a 4.0 student. So it's a great ROI.
And venture investors see the potential for technology to disrupt education. They poured over $420 million into 53 education startups in the first half of the year, on track to set a record for the sector. For CNBC Business News, I'm Julia Borston in Los Angeles.
Now in your tech news as well, Texas Governor Rick Perry says he has nothing to do with the post from his Twitter account that mocked Democratic District Attorney Rosemary Lineberg. The tweet showed a picture of Lineberg with a bunch of beer bottles and said, quote, "I don't always drive drunk at 3 times the legal alcohol limit, but when I do, I indict Governor Perry for calling me out about it. I am the most drunk Democrat in Texas," end quote. Well, Perry tweeted Sunday that the picture was unauthorized and took it down. He was indicted earlier this month on 2 felony counts, calling the charges politically motivated. Yet another software glitch with EA Sports Madden 2015 is getting some good laughs. It's Tennessee Titan linebacker Christian Kirksey in a miniature form. There he is right there, the 6'2", 235-pound linebacker shows up on the field as a tiny Titan, about 1/4 the size of the other players. EA Sports says it will fix the glitch in its next software update. Coming up, we have a beautiful forecast for you, what you can expect for today and the rest of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Is what a paid story, Michael? Oh, I can't hear Google Plusters. Can I hear him real quick? Michael? No, I still can't hear him.
I can't hear him either, so it might be on his end.
Oh, no, yeah. Michael? Michael, the mic man. There you go.
That might be better. Yeah, King told me to turn it off, so I did. That way I can type and not rap. No, I was just interested because the way that story was read, it was talking about businesses and online tutoring, not like community supported tutoring. That was interesting, and I just wondered if it was a paid story.
Mm-mm. Nope, it's a CNN
no
story.
one actually turn up. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a CNN story about the tutoring apps. Now, see, look at, see, Jaybird, look at our height.
It's all the way up.
Now it is.
Yeah. It's not different.
Do I need to lower?
No.
I don't need to?
Well, City Lights being well. You might need to lower it well.
Race of the chairs.
Here, I'll do this. Ready?
There you go. Quad workout. Can you get a
really
quad
tired at the
workout
same
into
time.
this?
It even does the checks well. How's that?
All right, a quiet forecast for us. Some breezes this afternoon, 10 to 15, gusting to 30. A high of 94 in Reno Sparks. That is well above average. Cooling off, though, tomorrow. Less breezes, too.
All right, everybody. We'll see you back here on News 4 at noon. Have a great one.
Not correct.
I was going to, I just didn't want, I wasn't going to say anything, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I sat there, I simmered in it, and I thank you for that.
Glad I could provide.
I appreciate that. Less breezes. Yes. So, anyways, what? I didn't say that. Oh. I was like, don't get me started, because I have to now say mornings on Fox 11. What? Y'all need to get a hobby. Stop analyzing everything I say. Although I do have to say my favorite was last week when I said titter instead of Twitter. I did almost say it again today. I've been saying Twitter every day, at least Monday through Friday, for the last 2 years, and I don't think I've ever said titter. It was titillating. But you know what? Sometimes that happens. That's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. Who knew?
There was a script for a journalist who wrote. The script actually went customers for Qantas. Now combine that together with customers and TAS, work it out.
No, did he or she say it on air?
And she got it was funny, but she got in a lot of strife from her boss. She says, "You wait."
Some things are really hard to say. That's just it. There are just some things that are super easy to slip up. Here's one. I'm not going to say it, but I'm just going to put it in here. Here's one that I will not read in a script. I will not read it because I know.
What does it do for you? Don't you think of Charlie Brown?
Oh.
That's what I've said before instead of, and I don't. If you say it quick enough, if you say it quick enough, and I know that I have a quick, my gait is quick when it comes to speaking. I've got a quick way about me. I try my best to slow it down because it often gets me in trouble. And here is a word that I get in trouble with.
The first radio station I worked at actually was an easy listening station, WQEZ, Queasy. They had a guy who had a New York accent when he was off the air, and he cussed a lot. And I told him one of these days that was going to get him in trouble. No, I can control it. One day he drops the F-bomb while introducing Karen Carpenter. And I literally saw a man thrown out of a radio station, physically.
Oh, my, yes.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that. If you meet me in person and talk to me, you notice if I ever do cuss, it's very thought out and forced because I've trained myself not to have that as part of my language at all, so I don't accidentally do it on the air.
Yeah, I think I
trained up on.
What's that, Michael?
It's really interesting because in this forum especially, there's if we're just hanging out off air, that's different. But as soon as it gets on air, that's it. There's no wayward language.
Yeah. But we've seen a few people on, like, remember back in the webcast days, they had a problem with doing the transfer over. And that's part of, I think, what you're looking for when you're, when you're talking to people just out there and getting them in on the show is how do they manage themselves. You know who always makes me very nervous, always gets me a little like, is Deano. He's never done it to me, but I worry about him on a daily basis because I've hung out with him. I hang out with them all the time, not all the time, but on a very frequent basis. And Kim, you know how Deano talks.
I've been in non-TV hangouts with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deano, the one thing that I can applaud Deano for is that he has really great self-control.
Yes.
And I used to be worried, but now he has a way of switching it off and on that really blows my mind.
But to me, I know when Deano almost says it when he goes like this, like when he'll be talking, he'll be like just like that. I'm like,
I've had a couple of times because some of the topics on this program can get people really upset, and people who didn't mean to cuss accidentally did. And normally I drop the call if somebody cusses, but what I've done instead is dumped what they said and then told them on air, watch yourself now, and they'll apologize and continue on. They're just so upset over the topic, it just flies out. So you got to watch yourself for that. Just drop it out of your language.
Yeah. Yeah, and if someone, if we haven't, again, I'm knock on wood, and I almost feel uncomfortable talking about it now because I don't want to jinx myself, and I'm a very big believer in jinxing. But, if it happens, it happens. Let's just put it that way. If it happens, it happens, and then we'll deal with it after then.
Do they have a dump delay on you guys at all, or are you just free and open on the air?
We have like a 3-second delay, I think, is what we have. Studio, don't we have a 3?
That's not much when you're pressing the button.
7 to air, but trust me, Master can't dump it fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
7 seconds means for us.
Nothing. 7 seconds.
Not
if you can get to that stop button, the mute button quickly.
Yeah.
That's not
But
very long.
the thing is, too, here with me, I don't think in 7 seconds I could go, like, mute you fast enough. I'd be like, I would probably kill the, I think I would just kill the hangout. I was like, boop, I don't know what would happen when we lost the entire hangout. I just killed it.
Well, here's what some people don't know about most of these dumps, especially on the air. The routine I have to go through, and I actually practice it, hang up in the call, then dump. Because if I dump, it takes a moment for the delay to build back up again. And so if they cuss a second time, I have no delay. It's trying to build back up. Hang up, then dump, or I'm screwed.
Honestly, I think I could never do radio, I think specifically for that reason, because what you all have to go through button-wise, just button-wise, it gives me a headache just thinking about it. I think about the directors and what they have up there. They have their pots, their audio pots, or the different pots they have to deal with. They have the buttons they have to deal with. They have different boards with different buttons and different pots. I'm like, no way would I be able to ever figure that out. And I know that I would have like an anxiety attack just trying to like go to commercial break. Couldn't do it.
It helps to be ADD and have multiple personalities. So
I was wondering. I wasn't going to say Glenn, but I'm glad you did. Exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, I got to run.
Bye, Glenn. Bye, you guys. I'm headed out of here to work on the noon.
Bye.
Coming in. See you, Kim.
Bye.
Bye, Michael.